I am riding at the speed at which I feel like I can. Not pushing it too hard. SuperDave is riding at a pace that he calls leisurely stroll, I think is what he said. And I'm keeping up with him pretty well. So if he's running at 1/3 of his usual speed, there's no way I could keep up with him. I'm only mostly keeping up because he's letting me. But there's enough whoops and things on this trail that I think almost anybody would have fun on it. Come up behind some hunters, looks like on their side-by-sides. He's got a lot of gear loaded up on it. He's ready to rock and roll. I've always wanted a side-by-side for hunting though, to get me further away from the truck. One, two, three. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. 4 ATVs. One big side-by-side at the back. And we're in the middle. I've often wondered how bumpy that would be to ride on the back of an ATV like this. Just how rough it would be. And you can't really stand up. What your spine would think of all this stuff. Oh, dropping things. These guys don't have mirrors, so they have no way of knowing that we're back here. Can't really blame them for not stopping for us. Thank you! Well, that sign's all washed out by the sun, but I'm pretty sure this is still 717. Alright, got out in front of the hunters. Whoop, 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 whoop. Anybody who says that doing this isn't a workout has obviously never done it. See, as soon as he sees me catching up to him or hearing me, then he just ramps it up a little bit. Jealous of the skills that I never had the opportunity as a youngster to put in the time to learn those skills. Dave tells me that this section of the trail is all downhill. Turn off your engine, put it in neutral. And he's flying. I am not. I've said this before. I do not like downhills. Mostly because the rear brake on this thing sucks. And I'm doing this all with my front brake. And you have to be careful with that too. Wash out your front tire and down you go. I just assumed not experience that today. See, there's that rear brake. It just locks up and you probably hear it skidding. And that's with me just lightly tapping that rear brake. It just doesn't have much feel. I ought to ask SuperDave about his 2016 he has the same issue with that rear brake of his. Mine is a little better than it was when it was new. I followed Fairface's advice and rode it up and down my neighborhood on the pavement and dragged the brake. Got it really hot, then let it cool off. Do it again, did that 3 or 4 times, and it's definitely better. Scrub in those pads a bit, I guess. But I'll definitely be reaching out to Fairface when the time comes to replace these pads, whenever that is. Still not an amazing rider, but I'm definitely doing this kind of thing faster than I did in the beginning when I first got the bike. Of course, I say that as I'm going around a tight turn and I slow way down, but I used to do this in first gear. Now I'm in second. No, I'm not setting any speed records, but I believe I'm definitely more comfortable on the bike than I used to be. That little section to be pretty in the fall. Well, another couple weeks and they turn. Aspens. A little rock field here. Whew. That was fun. Definitely not cool anymore. And I'm regretting wearing my jeans because they're hot compared to my riding pants. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to take this in second gear a year ago. I still might not be able to, all of it, but yep, there's first. But I definitely feel like I'm getting a little better. So this is known as 366, this little road that we're on right here, but we're turning back onto 717. I've never been good at these, oops, little spin around things. Although that would work better. So 366. Going back to 717. And I've not been on this section. I don't recall. I've been on that 366 road before. I rode that with Justin in the spring. But I've never been through here. This would be gorgeous when the aspen leaves change colors here in another couple weeks. Just a few yellows in here. Just barely starting to turn, but they have not put on their fall glory just yet. But I bet that would be gorgeous when they do. Hey, he's riding up on that big rock. We'll see if I can do it. I don't know. The trail just goes right up to it. That's pretty steep though. I don't know about that. Wow, you can see everything though.
And that other trailhead is
Well, it's still Trail 717. Clouds have rolled in. We lost our sunshine. This is such a cool looking trail, but there's been some switchbacks and things that have got me nervous. Tight enough and with enough exposure off the one side that my confidence level dropped a bit. Of course, when I finally get to a smooth enough section to turn on the camera to show it to you, then it gets easier. Isn't that par for the course? And I have a hard time turning right. I really do. I don't know what it is. The sharp right-hand turns, I'm just not good at. Not confident. Much rather turn left. Something about leaning over to the left-hand side of the bike, putting my foot out, is just so much more natural to me than going right. Maybe it's because I'm left-handed, I don't know. Mostly ambidextrous, so it just kind of depends on what I pick something up with. See, like this corner was left hand. Didn't bother me. But there was a couple of right-handed switchbacks earlier. Whoa! That made me nervous. Supposed to get some rain this afternoon. Scattered thunderstorms. We'll see. But this is another section of 717 that I've never been on. The place is big. When I get tired, like I am now, my skills definitely deteriorate. Oh. Beautiful trail though, and I'm just amazed at how long it is. This 717 trail is long. 35.7 miles and counting. With maybe 4 miles another road maybe, but most of it's been 717. And it's beautiful. But I'm starting to become a weary boy. And I crashed earlier, which I haven't done all year. An actual, honest to goodness crash. I'm okay. Cracked off some plastic over there on the left radiator shroud area, the same area that I cracked last summer. Now it cracked off, which didn't surprise me. Actually took longer to break off fully than I thought it would when I first initially cracked it. But of course, naturally, I didn't have the camera on. It was raining and darker than it is right now. So I just had it off. There's no proof other than a dirty elbow and a dirty knee area. The bike was already dirty. Believe it or not, this is still Trail 717. Oh, this is steep. Ooh. SuperDave tells me that Trail 717 is like 35, 36 miles long. Something like that. I believe it. I'm getting weary. But man, it's so cool looking. This is such a beautiful area. If the sun was out, it would look even better. Very cool trail. Some of it has been testing me. There's been some sections where I have thought, oh boy, this is kind of at the edge of my abilities. But for the most part, it's just been challenging enough to keep me on my toes, but not challenging enough to terrify me, which is kind of the way I like it.